today's training, we're going to take a look at how to schedule meetings using OneTech Coach, which is powered by GoHighLevel, in an efficient way. There are many different ways of scheduling meetings. Once you create a booking link, you can always send the booking link to your meeting attendees and have them book a call with you. But if you have already identified your availability and their availability, and you want to just go ahead and schedule that meeting, I'm going to show you how to do that using a desktop. Then we will look at it, how to do it on your mobile phone using the Lead Connector app. Or if you have the GoHighLevel app, the same thing would work in there as well. With this, you also open up the possibility of having your team members, for example, your VAs, scheduling meetings for you on your behalf. So scheduling can be something that you can delegate out. So I hope that you enjoy today's training. And if you have any questions, do reach out and let me know. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get started just at the launch pad. From here, I'm going to go to calendar. And from here, I'm going to click on new in the top right corner. It is loading all the calendars, but I'm not going to wait for that. It's fine. All I'm going to do from here is I am going to pick the calendar I want to schedule using that calendar, right? Basically, you have all different calendars set up, and I'm going to pick one of them, which is going to give me the defaults for this, but I still can update as I am scheduling this, right? So let's take a look. So the calendar I'm going to use is tech support. And if I want to give my appointment a title, I can. The team member I'm scheduling with is myself. If there are any other team members associated with different calendars, you can, of course, pick them as well, but that's what I'm going to pick. And by default, this is going to use my time zone, and it's going to default to the next available appointment using this calendar. But what I'm going to do is I'm kind of going to overwrite this real quick because I want to schedule a meeting for today, later today, even though later today is not available through here, but I know that I have blocked off time for this special meeting with the client. So I'm just going to go ahead and overwrite this availability by hitting custom over here. And I am going to select today's date, but whoops, missed a time. Okay, so it's going to be at 4:30 p.m. 4:30 p.m. I'm going to hit OK on here. I'm going to hit confirm. So it's going to make it 4:30 to 5 p.m. It's taking 30 minutes as the meeting duration from this calendar that I selected, right? And if you want to update this, you can. I think if this is not filled in, I feel like it probably uses the default, whatever we set for the subject line of this. So I'm going to leave that as is. And it's going to put it on my default calendar. That's fine. If you want to change that, if, for example, my default is set to use Zoom as a location. And if I don't want to do that, if I want to pick something else, I can always click on custom and select from this menu down here. I can do Google Meet or phone or a full address or something like that. But I'm going to just leave it as a calendar default. And the contact I want for this one is my client Kennedy, and that is about it, right? And as soon as I hit book appointment, it's going to schedule a call, and it's going to send him a notification with the Zoom link, and it's also going to put it on my default calendar with the same Zoom link. Let's take a look how that works. I'm just thinking if I want to put anything in the appointment title, but I'm going to leave that blank. Let's see what happens. Okay. So just like that, I'm going to hit book appointment. So here is the email that I received. It says it used this as the meeting subject line, which is just a generic confirmation email that comes out. Just says appointment confirmation. And I have the Zoom link for it. And on my calendar, it looks like this. Okay, so this is what it looks like on my calendar. It used the default subject that was set for that calendar, which says tech support with Simplify One Thing, right? So that's what it has. It has a Zoom link and contact information for the client if I need to reach out or anything like that. And it also includes reschedule and cancel link because those are the settings that are set in the calendar. So they can reschedule or cancel if they need to. Okay, so that is about it using the desktop. I'm basically sharing my phone screen So Lead Connector is the app I'm using. You may have Lead Connector, you may have the GoHighLevel app. Either one is fine. It works exactly the same way. Okay, so what we need to do here is I'm going to open the app and it's going to take you to your contacts. You want to go to the calendar link in the bottom right corner. It's the second one from the right, the bottom. So from here, you can click on the plus sign and you'll see the similar type of menu that we saw on the desktop, and you will tap on schedule. It'll ask you who do you want to schedule the meeting with. I'm going to pick the same client one more time. I'm going to pick the same meeting. If I say tech support, it's going to give me the team member. I want to select same type of thing. It's defaulting to next Monday as the next available. But if I open up this calendar, I can see my availability that is set for this calendar. So it looks like Mondays and Thursdays, I have some availability. There are some other ones that are grayed out. So I can pick that. Or if I want to overwrite this, if there's a certain time I want to use, I can overwrite this also. I can click on the date and I can also click on the time to update it. Let's say if I want to say 5, I just want to say 5 p.m. I do that. And then if I want to give it a title, it'll just update that title. It's really overwriting that. I'm going to leave that alone. And same thing, if I want to use the default location or customize the location. Default is whatever is set for that calendar. And for me, the default is set as Zoom because I like creating a new Zoom link for every single meeting, and I just keep it that way. If you want to customize it, you can. If you want a phone call or something like that, you can enter that in there. And once you hit save, it'll create that meeting and send the same notification that we saw earlier from the desktop. It'll send that similar type of notification for this meeting. And you'll also receive a confirmation. It'll add it to your calendar, their calendar, and life is good. I hope this helps. The way this can be used is that your team members can be scheduling meetings on your behalf, right? So either you have a scheduling type of service that can take this over, or your VA can also schedule these meetings on your behalf, knowing your availability and, even have the ability to overwrite if needed. Okay. So that is what I wanted to share here. I also wanted to just quickly point out one other quick thing that I didn't show on the desktop. So when you click on the plus sign, you also can block time on your calendar. So if you're going to be away or something like that, you can just put a block on your calendar. It'll basically just block your calendar and no one will be able to schedule anytime during this block. This is super helpful if you're going on vacation or if you are just going to be unavailable for a day or two. You can certainly use this rather than having to change every single calendar because you may have multiple calendars that you may need to update. So you can just use block time here from the app or from the desktop and do that. Or you can go directly to your Google Calendar if that is your primary calendar. You can also just put an appointment or a block on there, and that will also take your availability away from all calendars across the board. Okay, friends, I will talk to you soon.